Certainly the best.
Hello and welcome to WIC Women in Conversation, where women talk and discuss and keep, do everything that makes us to be women and be the best women that we can be. We also talk about men, but like I said, just a little about men, really. Without the men, there won't be women, so we always talk about them. We have also talked about the children, where we bring in the children's discussion, how to help them grow positively in the Word of God and in every right form as being children. Anyway, welcome to today's episode of WIC. I am Patricia Ulumu Gabriels, and as usual, I have my women in the house. I have Abe Abiodun in the house. Abiodun, it's nice to have you again today.
Yes, I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
You are looking so pretty.
Oh,
anyway, we
you.
know
So
the secret.
you beautiful.
Thank you. But we know the secret behind this looking good.
Really?
Should I say it out?
What is it?
Yeah, Abby just got back from the UK. And so, she has all the weather, all the beautiful things in the UK rolling in her. Now, we hope that Nigeria weather doesn't
the cold, you mean? I had to run
No,
back.
Nigeria won't happen to her, but the traffic might happen to her. Anyway, I also have Mercy in the house. Mercy is the police officer who is guiding us here. If you try us, you will get them hot. And then I also have my own boss, Princess Edith. Let me tell you about Princess Edith. Like I keep saying, she's the CEO of Freeget Gold Global. She is into fashion. You see what she's wearing? She is into fashion. So she's a fashionista on this table. Thank you again for joining us on WIC. We're going to be rolling the balls straight up. We're going to be talking about distance marriage. Let's ask the question. Let me just throw the question on the table. Does distance marriage help in building the marriage, or it helps to destroy the marriage? What's your take about it, Abiodun?
I think there's distance marriage, there's advantages and there's disadvantages. To me, it has to do with communication, trust, and an agreement. You can't just say, husband just fly away and say, oh, I'm going to be living in this country without an agreement. There should be an agreement with both parties to say that, okay, obviously there's a reason for that distance to be. It could be because of papers, it could be because the work commitments, and it could be for 4 or 5 years. So you have an agreement that, okay, maybe every other month, I'll come or you come. I've seen, where it's worked, where there's been agreement and where there's been trust, and it's worked, and for a couple of years. And I've also seen where it has scattered the marriage. Do you understand? Where the other side feels disadvantaged. Oh, you left me with all the kids. I'm doing everything. Money is not everything. You're sending me money, but that's not. I want your presence. I need, my husband home. And there are things where the man, if you're aware as well, disadvantage of infidelity, adultery, and all those kind of things. So so there's advantages and the disadvantages, but I feel that it can work if there's an agreement, if both of you have an agreement and you talk about the insecurities and everything. As a woman, I'll say, listen, I know you're going away, but how would you manage not having sex for a year? Can you manage that? There's some men that can't manage that. So how are you going to cope? So you've got to have okay, how are we going to do it? Are you going to come down every other month or so? And some cases, they can't come down because of that. So, but you have to talk about these things of being faithful to one another, have the fear and, and committed that none of you are going to do anything outside. Those talks has to take place before that, so that you're all on the same page and know that, that would make the woman not be anxious. And also the man as well. There's some that is like, they don't know what the woman is doing, and they'll be thinking, oh, can she cope? Can she? So you got to talk, and you got to know your man. If it's the man that you know that he's like that, then maybe when he's away, you need to contact. Thank God for iPhone. you know, at least you can talk till late and whatever and keep yourself company and all that stuff. So there's advantages and disadvantages. But the key is communication, commitment, and an agreement to me.
Thank you. Okay, I'm coming to you, Mercy. Okay, she has said there's disadvantage and advantages. Yes, I also agree with that. In everything, there's disadvantages and advantages. But we have seen so many scenarios where sometimes the man comes back and then there's clashes and all that, and he decides to run a DNA, and the children are not his, even when there was communication, just like she said, that the most important thing is communication. So what else do you think should be done to, have a distance marriage?
When we talk about distance marriage, I tell people the first thing first is the marriage itself. There is a foundation that we need to look into before we decided to go our two separate ways, probably because of what we are pursuing. The question is, what was the marriage like? What has it been like? Okay, recently I was discussing with a couple who also, funny enough, when I saw this, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Okay, they've been away for a while now, but there's this bridge in communication. So the question now is that, okay, while she was with you here in Nigeria, what has been the communication like? So all this while, probably he didn't take note because they were always sleeping together in the room, waking up, everybody go their separate way. But there had already been a drift
in communication.
Before she left Nigeria. So now she left Nigeria, you feel for months she's not ready.
She left.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was an agreement.
Okay.
The both parties agreed, okay, go do some, you have more chances and all of that. So she is not in Nigeria, and apparently now the communication is not there. So now you are feeling that it is because she went to whatever it is, that is why the bridge in common. But the question is, you didn't put your eyes into the very things you were supposed to put your eyes in before she left Nigeria. So the communication gap had been there even while she was in Nigeria. So it was just like going out was an opportunity for her to just let me just go. I beg this guy, you all too much, that kind of thing. So what I want to say in respect to distance marriage is not the key to either building or destroying. The point there is that what is the state of the marriage before you choose to go into distance. So I want to say distance marriage, whatever it is it may be, it can only amplify whatever the state of the relationship was before the distance came in. So whatever you see now as a result of maybe when everybody go their separate way for a period of time, it is a reflection of what it was at the beginning before they went their separate. So for me, I want to say, for anybody that is choosing to do a distant marriage, number one, you need to check the state of your marriage. If it is something you can both look and say, okay, we are good enough to say, okay, keep distance and be fine. So the state of the marriage will determine how healthy the marriage will be, even when you keep that distance from yourselves.
Edith, she says the state of the marriage will determine how healthy the marriage will be when there's a distance marriage. What's your take on this?
Oh, yeah, she's very correct. For you to go into distance marriage, there has to be agreement. There has to be trust, understanding, commitment in that relationship or in that marriage. Are you getting it? You'll be committed to the extent that you wouldn't want to do things your spouse won't be pleased with, or things you won't be proud of. Are you getting it? So when you are going to a distant marriage, the distant marriage is not for the faint-hearted. It's not for the faint-hearted, because you have to be prepared for it physically, emotionally, and otherwise. This man is not going, or this spouse is not going to be with you physically all the time. Especially for those spouse or partner that are in foreign country, you have to know their time, the time they go to work. They will have a time difference. Our time zone. Then we have at times 9 hours difference, 7 hours difference. You have to know this and master it, so that you won't be encroaching to another person's time of rest or time of work. Are you getting it? So you have to also work on yourself. It's not a matter of just going, my husband wants to travel, my wife wants to travel. Okay, right, you just sign it. Are you prepared for it? A lot of things are going to come along the line. Now this man is going to go into a strange land to find, look for a greener pasture. The time zone, the work here in Africa, when we are working, you can go with your phone and do whatever you are doing. Right there, you can't go with your phone. There's a place, maybe you drop your phone, you put your phone on silent. There are some people, if they can't reach your phone, that's another war. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
You have called for trouble. Like I call you are not picking up. Are you ready for all that? Are you ready to explain and explain and explain? So when you are going into a distant marriage, be ready for explanation. Be ready to be patient. Be ready to explain and explain and explain again. Because some people don't want to hear anything. Then be ready to be faithful to the glare of everybody.
Yeah.
Not just being faithful in your heart. You know, I'm faithful. I'm not doing anything stupid. I'm not doing anything that my partner will not be approved of. Or, be ready to be faithful to be glaring of everybody that if you say so time I am going to so place and you are at that place, so time I am at this place and you are at that place, you'll be able to prove it. I was there, a so person was there with me. Then if you have what they call understanding and trust, trust will not just be built or was not built in a day or cannot be built in a day. You have to start building it right where you guys are together. Like Mercy said, some people, they have growth things in their heart. And whenever you are together as spouse, we should learn to also forget and forgive and forget. Some people, they forgive, they don't forget. Yes. And that's why I like saying things out. We talk about it and we move on. Some people like to put things under the carpet. Mind you, those people, they have not forgotten, they've not forgiven, they've not healed. They are waiting for the appropriate time to pay you back. Vendetta. They are very good at that.
What did she call it? Vendetta.
So that's not marriage. They are waiting for the right opportunity to pay.
So
you
when
back.
they go, they just
When
leave
they
from
go,
there.
they are waiting. They will patiently wait. They are what they call, my pastor will say, evil patience. They are waiting. Yes, they are waiting patiently, and they have their ulterior motive. If I leave this man, what thing I go do this girl? What thing I go use this girl do? What thing I go use this man do? They are planning it. That's why you see somebody just left within 2 years. They are somebody else. They are not somebody else. They've been like that. But you didn't see the red line. You didn't see those red flags. You didn't see those character. She hid it, or the man hid them. They stuck them in, waiting for the right opportunity for them to pay you back.
Mercy, let me come back to you. So like we said, the disadvantages and advantages, have you already mentioned that. Now we have talked about this distance marriage. Do you think the disadvantage is more or the advantage is more?
Like I mentioned earlier, the foundation is what I'm saying. See, the scripture saying the foundation will be destroyed.
What can the righteous do?
So the point here now is, if the foundation is so solid, there are chances that the advantages will be more as against the disadvantages. So, but if you bring it to the statistics, general statistics of what we are saying today, we'll get to say that most times what we are saying, the disadvantage is more with the realities of what we are saying now. Because there was a time that infidelity was not a woman thing. But now it's now
because we're seeing a lot of children not being the children of the man in the house.
See, infidelity is like, now you do me,
I do you back.
You know the pain.
You get. If it were in the old times when it was believed that even if it happened, it is the men thing, it is not women. Then you can say, okay, most times likely we can say, okay, the advantage of distant marriage can still. But now the disadvantage there is that beyond the fact that it will affect the marriage, which is the direct husband and wife, it are also affecting the children. So you see a lot of children coming out from dysfunctional homes, and it's also going to reflect the kind of marriage they will also build. So this thing is not just stopping with just one generation. It's moving from one generation to another generation to another generation. The disadvantage here, it's not the distance marriage, it's the foundation that is faulty. That is affecting whatever it is, that is going to affect whatever it is you are building on top of it. So I think the root cause of what we should be treating now is, how do you build your marriage? What is the foundation of your marriage? Is it solid enough to be able to raise children that will build a viable, we are talking about continuity. Marriage is something that it should not just end with, it doesn't end with us.
Okay.
So
Then we're going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, I'm going to be asking Abiodun one more last question on that topic. Please stay. Do you think it is an advantage to that distance marriage, or it's just someone's perception?
I think it depends, because it's all based on individual personality. Because I've heard that as well, that when you're away, you get to reflect more, you get to appreciate the person more. So when they come, which is true, sometimes when you're by yourself, you reflect more, you get to know, you get to think about that person more. So maybe then you just get to appreciate. So when they now come, so it can help. But and then I know in counseling as well, sometimes they tell you to give each other space. When when there's like domestic violence, they tell to give each other space to see how things go, and then after that, the woman and the man now start to really think how valuable this person. So I think space helps. It does help, because when you look at yourself, sometimes when you're in your quiet time, you get to think better, you get to reflect more than when somebody is always in your face and all that stuff. Because when you're a husband, you're there, you just have that time not with your husband. And I think it does help. It does help. But it has to be based on agreement, because some women and some men, you have to know your man cannot be away for too long, and it's probably not healthy as well.
Because if based on the, I love the word you said, personality, because for some persons who naturally, there are some people naturally don't like staying with people for too long. So if that kind of person gets married, there are tendencies that they will get tired of their spouse over time. So that is where God brings me to the issue of mentality. You need to work on your perspective and work on your mindset before you go into marriage, especially for people like that. There are tendencies that you get tired of your spouse if you are not careful.
I was saying something. I have a young couple like that. She's just a young girl, and she got married. I was like, when are you joining your husband? She said, sister, I'm okay here in Lagos. I was like, you're just a young girl. You need each other. I was trying to encourage, say, sister, I appreciate your love. You see, if we come together, I don't think this thing will last. She told me this. I had to shut her down. Like, no, don't say that word. That's a negative word. She said, no, you guys go school, me and girls go school. I know I make we day together. So as it's there and I'm here, we appreciate it. You can see from the outset, she know the kind of man she has. No, but distance to some extent, it also help in some relationship. There are some people that don't like people in their space. They don't like when you this too closeness. You bring quarrel, bring disagreement, you argue over it. There are some people, once they arrange shoe here, they want to meet the shoe there. And in marriage, it's not like that. You drop your handbag there, you want to come back next tomorrow and meet 3 days time, you want to meet the handbag there. In marriage, it's not like that. Be expecting that somebody will just put the handbag and trade somewhere else. You understand? Be ready to accommodate anything. But because they are like that, they want somebody that would be far away whenever they come. Maybe it's 3 days.
Just a few days or few weeks.
3 days, 4 days, they will just be lovey-dovey, and there's no disagreement, no much, you're not on my face, I'm not your face. They like it like that. It keeps their relationship stronger and longer.
Very soon, we'd like to know your takes on this. Very, very soon, you'll be having a calling into this program, so we know your takes on this. Mercy, we're going to say something.
Yes, because these are life skills that we grow up with as children. Ability to accommodate people, tolerate people, be patient with people. So if you don't have these life skills, there are tendencies that it reflects in your marriage, just like what we are saying. And that kind of atmosphere cannot build a solid, so to say, I stand to be corrected, but for me, I feel whether you like it or not, the marriage will not be. It's just like everybody is like, okay, let me do my things myself. For after a while, we'll come back again. We feel that way, maybe we rejuvenate and all of that. But any which way, it will have a space. It will affect the marriage. Okay, what if they start having children? What happens?
No, if they start having children, for somebody that doesn't want the spouse to live with them,
yes,
they understand each other. They understand their language. See, if two of a kind married, they won't break up. You know that. If two people of a kind get to meet each other, they will understand their language. You, the other person that they see, they will be wondering, what are these people doing together? They know what they are doing.
Okay, we're going to be moving on because if we stick on this distance marriage thing, we won't get out of this. I want us to move on to matchmaking. Matchmaking, since we're talking marriage, matchmaking. Abiodun,
Are you a chief Are you a matchmaker?
Abiodun is almost opening an office for that.
Oh,
Okay, yes. So,
dear me.
is it right to matchmake two people?
You know what? Yeah, I like doing this. Yeah, but whether it's right or wrong, somebody told me off the other day that that don't do things like that. Because when if it goes wrong, and they'll blame you. So don't do it. Let God take His course. But I said, but at least all I'm doing is like connect and say, take me, do you like it, and leave it. She said even that, because she said that something happened to her. A friend made her with her own friend, and when they went out on a date, she found out that the guy was in love with her friend.
Oh no! So it wasn't a sincere matchmaking.
But she didn't know. She didn't know.
The friend
did not know the match. The friend did not know because the other friend was going out with somebody else. But she was just thinking, this guy is single, not knowing that this guy was in love with her instead of So things like that make her. And then she was like, "What are we here for?" And she just found out after talking to him, it was just about the girl, and then he actually opened up. I'm just saying things like that. So it's But I like to just I see somebody that's single, and I know somebody else that's single. Let's see, I think that it might work. But sometimes it's not that. You need to really pray about it. Yeah, you need to now wear your spiritual
glasses.
Even when you wear your spiritual cap
your
and you feel
spiritual
that maybe this, but did you hear from God? Did God actually show you that this, because apparently, it's not you that finds it. Say he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So the man has to find her.
But believe me, you could find your good thing from anywhere. I could go visit Edith now, and the friend is visiting her, and he sees me and likes me.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know?
So, but it might hold on, Edith. It might not approach me immediately. Okay, he will want to talk to his friend.
Yeah, sure.
This is your friend.
How you see him?
I like her. So that's also matchmaking.
Yeah, you can encourage.
No, that's not matchmaking. No.
Okay, there's this lady in the UK. Your UK. And then she...
I'm going to take us there.
The cold. I'd rather be in
So her friend, she's been disturbing her friend here in Nigeria because she had lost her husband so many years ago. So she's been disturbing the friend. I'm just lonely. The children are all grown up. I need a friend. I need a partner. I need, someone I could. And then the friend decided to introduce someone who also had lost his wife to her. Now, why I'm bringing up this story is what you said.
Okay.
He is not the talking type. He's not one person that wants to start calling you every minute and how you doing? And, he calls like once in a blue moon and he goes like, how are you today? Have you eaten? Okay. And, it cuts off the conversation. So, but this person, the lady is very upset with who had introduced them.
Okay.
So that's where you come in, not wanting to introduce or even matchmake, because sometimes it's a headache.
At the end of the day,
She is very upset. She's been calling this her friend in Nigeria. Why do you introduce someone like this to me? Blah, blah, blah. And the friend says, I know him. He's a nice person, but he's a gentle person. But she's not wanting to accept it.
What does she want?
So the guy should be calling her every minute.
You see, what we want, what I want in a relationship may not be what you want. But ability to come to terms with what is on ground matters. Now you have a relationship. When you don't have a relationship, you were crying foul, looking for who will help you. Now you have seen a friend that introduced somebody to you, and the guy, like you said, is a gentleman. What else are you looking for? Or you can, why don't you go outside and look for the one that will be calling you every 2 minutes?
The Jagaban.
So now, it has to be, here the communication comes in. let the man or the guy know that, guy, your communication is poor.
Not meeting up.
It's not meeting
It's
up.
not meeting
Can you-
up. Mercy, let you train one.
Yeah, it's poor.
You have
So
to
you
be
have
real.
to,
You have to let them
you have to, yeah.
Don't die in silence.
Don't die in silence. So bring it up. Like, can we talk about this? Your communication is really not meeting up, and it's poor. Can you increase the volume? Can you increase the volume so that at least where you used to call maybe once a day, can you make it twice?
Yeah.
You know, he's a gentleman.
No,
You have to
yeah.
start whining him. Sorry, you have to start whining him. To him.
Bye.
There are some people you have to tune like television.
Yeah. To get
To get this.
What you want
you
out of them.
So
yeah.
if this lady in question is a mature lady, you know how we do things now.
Madam.
Now only Gen Z know they sabi do those things.
You know what?
The Gen Z knows it more than you now.
No, in their way. It work for them in their way.
Okay.
So now, if you are able to work on this man, please increase this tempo. I actually like you, and I like what we have. I don't want to lose it. Not going back to fight the person that
friend.
introduced you. He didn't do you any bad. Rather, he does you good. You understand? So now talk to this guy. Can you increase this tempo? And if you talk to him, you know this language now. People talk to people. People understand.
Yeah.
Is that
So
PDP?
where are we coming from?
So
now?
where are you coming from?
There's a place that we all need to understand in terms of personality and our individual differences. So I tell people there's a place of adjustment. Yes, I agree the man can adjust.
Yeah.
But with the tempo of that kind of woman, he cannot adjust to the level of that woman. So the woman has to come to a middle point.
They have to
Yes,
meet at the
so
So you
middle.
understand where both of them, their communication will be able to, match up. You understand? So the woman should not expect that the man will meet her at her level. So
Men
I think
naturally,
that understanding
men
is-
naturally don't actually communicate like that, just like women. Women will like everybody, especially when you are in love.
Oh, Jesus.
Especially when the love is just fresh, or when the relationship is just fresh. You want this, how you doing? What are you eating? What did you eat? How does that change anything?
Oh my God.
Are you getting it? So there are people like that. Then when you are a very busy person, you won't have time for what did you
does you
eat?
so-
What are you eating? What have you not eaten? You get, so if you know your free time and you know how to manage it, so you have to, like you said, she has to also manage her what she wants, and the guy has to also increase the tempo so that they will meet at the junction.
Thank you.
They're
Thank
working.
you
Can I
so
just
much.
say one more thing?
One more thing.
You know, my stepmom
1
told
minute,
me,
please.
thank you, recently, she said, you must know your man, and then I heard something, I think from a woman's program. She said when she married her husband, because you need to understand the man, his background, where he was brought up. He might have been brought up where the mom and Kenny had separate bedrooms, they were not so close. So she said when she got married, that birthdays, the man does not celebrate birthdays, didn't give her presents and everything. For years, she was very depressed and everything. After a while, she would buy the presents and give it to him to present to her and teach him. She started to teach him. She started
How
to
to
what she
gift.
wanted,
How
what
to
she wanted
gift.
in her because there's a lot of things that he wasn't doing, like the
This
calls
is what I'm
and all
saying,
that.
maturity.
And then she
And it's
started to
helping
teach
her.
him, and now he's like he's now so used to
So,
it.
but that is not
So,
to say that
yeah.
we should be
I was going to conclude with that.
It's
Is it one second?
Yeah.
Is it right to matchmake or wrong?
Right.
I think it's okay.
It's
Depending,
okay.
yeah.
Is it okay to matchmake?
for me is
It's not
no.
your thing.
It's not a thing for
Is
me.
it right to matchmake?
It is very right
It
to
is right to matchmake. Anyway, we are opening an office for matchmaking very soon, and it will